Black, this move was a bad move. But this actually cost white those moves, and so eventually it make black making the center stronger and get that move. After that, I guess it's already very negative too.
Right.
Yeah, because the center whole circumstance has changed. In the middle game, groups goes first. We should always watch groups. And so here, this group is basically white is not attacking it, which is fine, but you shouldn't actually, when you're playing other part of the board, let's not make the board goes towards the direction that gradually this is no longer a big group, or maybe this is even become influence. Then this was minus. He owes you money. You make it a plus. Think about it. The opponent owe you money, and that owing your money note, it becomes his cash. We should never make that happen. And this game, this actually automatically happens. When that happens, white doesn't have enough. This move is good because let's say white is supposed to play a polarized game here. So we're supposed to take territory. Normally the move should be here.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult because you have 3 in a row here. And you play this move is actually very inefficient. That is why here I'm thinking about how to improve that. And so I suggested like evasion maybe. Yeah. So here from this black this spot, he has chosen this spot is really good. He gave you a 2 space extension which you don't want it. And if you don't play, this move is very big, and this move, those two moves work together with this influence. Black is playing on the right direction all the time, and it is importantly not necessarily points. If we talk about the points, let's say white is actually the one who is taking points all the time. Yeah, he's taking the points also on the right side. He is taking points all the time, and at the end, he clearly doesn't have enough points. Yeah, let's say the answer is not the territory. That's why we kept emphasizing, when I teach Go here in Europe, I kept emphasizing in the middle game, the answer can be anything, but it's not points. Points is, it's not the answer for us to solve our middle game difficulties. But to many European here, the answer is points. Points can actually be a tool to give the opponent pressure, but remember it's a tool. It's not our target in the middle game. Yeah, you can see black is actually always aiming at what we call the future. Yeah, the future and the target. Yeah, so the potential where it can potentially be something, not this kind of narrow area where we can directly get points. Of course, it is hard. Yeah, let's say, because it's not like when you have a weak group and then that is everything. We say groups is our first consideration in the middle game. That doesn't necessarily mean we should always play as a group. It's just it's our first consideration. You need to define, is the group weak? When the opponent have a group that it doesn't have twice, but you don't know how exactly you are gonna attack it, then you have to leave it. So as your own group, when your group doesn't have twice, but if you try to stand at the opponent's position, you don't know how he will gonna attack you, you should leave it. Then you should actually play somewhere that is big on the board. That is actually how you in general judge it about it. Just ask yourself this question honestly. How to attack? How? You must have a plan, regardless if you are attacking him or the opponent attack you. How? If you can't tell how, it's right to leave it. Of course, the opponent might actually tell you how, and so that's something he can figure out, you didn't. Well, then that means you learn from it, but you have to actually judge on this basis.
At this point, black played this one because there's no group that black can actually target or anything. He's just taking cash here. Of course, groups go first, but if you don't have any group to play, then just make some big points.
What? No, this is not a goal. I'm sorry, this is not a goal because then this is perfect. Let's say your jump is fine because black need to add more move at bottom. But I prefer Yohane here because Yohane, Nobi, he still need to add. He need to add even more moves at the bottom because of this cutting point. And he give you a tiger. Well, don't take the tiger. You clearly should take the tiger because you take the tiger, you are alive. As my criteria, this is a clear mistake. Let's say in both ways, I would say in general you are alive. In general, but let's never forget about the whole board here. Whole board. What is black? What does black have here? Here and here. High stones, right? So here, taking more influence, we're gonna let's say prevent those stuff to function in the center. So here, in this case, influence is slightly more valuable than territory. And also here, this tiger, we directly get I shape. This one, you kind of get I shape. This one is not that big a mistake, but as my criteria, it is. Especially when black play here, you kind of need to react. That makes this move bigger than normal. I can understand the white play here. This just shows me you are territorial. I'm territorial myself in general. Okay, this time I have to criticize. I know that in real life, some people is like that. No matter how much I earn, I never have enough. I always need to earn more. I mean, I don't mind people do like that under one premise. Do not work too hard and hurt your own health. Okay, because then you say, I earn a lot of money and it hurt my health and eventually my life becomes shorter. You earn that much money for what? Yeah, that's real life situation. On the go board, I want to tell you it's exactly the same thing. Yeah, you earn that much money. Your eyes is concerned about money all the time. You don't care about your health. Here, you have a very unhealthy weak group already on the left side by playing this.
What about because the black intentionally played the low one, but they played just.
Yeah, okay, this can be good, and I would say this is right direction. As my style here, I will attach.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because I want the opponent to answer me. For example, this one and black Nobby. How much territory is here? How much it is here? And this much money you don't give the opponent. I mean, just think about it. The opponent barely have enough money to pay until the end of month, and you still take part of his money away. What are you gonna do against you? I don't think you give the opponent a choice. He has to put a fist on your face, right? Isn't that a huge risk? Let's say now I can see why you earlier when I mentioned territorial, your answer is I'm very territorial. This is yeah, your add very is right, and you're supposed to know yourself when you already add that very. Then basically when you are playing, you need to actually restrict your this kind of tendency. Yeah, it's just like I like to drink cola. I know that to drink too much cola is unhealthy. When I drink, I ask myself, Jeff, don't drink that much. You need to restrict that rather than I know that about whatsoever. Yeah, this is basically whatsoever. Let's say to concern too much about points is definitely unhealthy for a Go player. Like this one again. Once white doesn't continue locally. No. Okay, like this you have 3 stones, then it's heavy. Or locally, remember if you want to continue, normally the move is attached. This one, because black can only answer here, you put those stones on facing to the outside. This potentially can be influenced. For example, here I imagine black does this anyway, and then tiger. They can work together. Potentially, this can be influenced. And if you say, okay, this exchange may hurt, I guess you can leave it there. So I mean, then don't do anything. So this one, for example, just care. Also, you care about territory. You save that one stone is very small as for territory, but what you lost is more than that. Okay, I can see that here you are trying to make ice, but here you are just making one line, and we know that the space you get from this jump is limited, and you still have to work hard. So let's say before that, you're supposed to normally first develop space in the center. Yeah, because potentially this is your future. It's not, this is just like, this is a student studying in school. Your future is actually to, after the graduation, you enter the society. Do not keep your mind in school. So he worries about the opponent we're going to kick here at Q17. And why he worries about that? Because the opponent we're going to take away the base. Okay, then we come back. It's black a weak group there. Yeah, you play the KM, push and press here, and you can keep pressing here. Black's supposed not to be considered as a weak group, regardless how you feel. I know that people say, after this one, I feel like I'm weaker. That here, feeling cannot really dominate your decision making. It shouldn't be a weak group, and then no matter how you feel, it's not. Yeah.
So you just pay this one to have like a group which is like hard to attack.
Yeah, Rule of Go has actually told us if you have weak group, there are 2 ways you can say my group is alive. One, I have a locally enough space to make ice, to make 2 ice. Then I'm alive. Or I get to escape and the opponent cannot really prevent me to get out. He cannot really stop me to get more space. Then in practice we say I am alive. The second one, as you can see, many people say, hey, it's not really reliable. What if later the surrounding has changed and then he can actually limit you? Then you are in danger, right? So as my point of view, you say my group runs out and you cannot really limit me. It's not comparable to in the local area, I have enough space to make 2 ice, or I have 2 ice. In theory, that's right. In practice, you can't count it that way. Because in Go, once again, we don't have an industry called insurance. Yeah, which means when you say my group is safe, you have to tanuki. And here, this group, locally we can actually settle some ownership. But more importantly, here we have a clear way to get out. If white want to stop us to get out, white need to rise up from the second line, which is rather difficult. Yeah, so here we have to define this group as in general safe already. We can't afford to add any move around, which is inefficient. I want to tell you, I share your feeling. I worry about this group deep in my heart, but the rule of Go doesn't allow me to have such a space to worry. I'm trying to think, how can I possibly lose this game? Actually, I didn't really figure it out. To be honest, I didn't figure out. But then, when I noticed what this Nobi, I did.
Yeah.
I did. But this is the only way to lose. What is the way? I can actually show you here. White is saying here, I play here, you must answer. Black will not gonna answer. Instead, he come to kill you. And yeah, let's say this is something human. I would say human. I have just played this move. And if I just let it die here, it's a humiliation.
Yeah.
It's so shameful. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna save it. So I'm gonna run. Okay, and you run, and we just say initially, the Asian language we say initially just a small pig. It grow, and it become a huge pig, and then its owner take a knife and cut it into pieces. Yeah. That's the only possibility to lose. Starting from here, I see that picture.
You have been, like, for example, working for some company for a long time, and because you have already spent so many years in that company, although that company sucks, you would feel like it's waste if you just leave the company. So you would just continue working there.
Yeah.
But the sensible thing for people, like if you would ask Bot the same situation, Bot would say, like, just cut off that work and start some new work.
Yeah, start something else. Yeah. But yeah, that's something human else.
Yeah,
everybody thinking that way.
Yes.
But here, let's say we shouldn't even have this start. Actually, here, if I just simply honey, I will play the same area. I just simply this one, sorry, and then I will extend here. Yeah, and yeah. So here I have a 2-space extension, or here I come back to defend. I just set a group here. It's over. Why am I gonna go for any complication? What? Thanks a lot. Black just fix it forward and then let's say like this. Earlier all my calculation doesn't do anything.
Nice guy. Please have a candy.